Hi, Mary. Hi, Midwest. Good morning. Hey, guys. It is raining in Chicago. You got to see what Monty's doing right now. It's pretty funny. He loves hoses. Can you hear his teeth clacking? Yeah, he loves a hose. He'll do that till he coughs. Hey, Carrie, how are you? So it's raining. Look. It's really raining. I can see you guys, I think, most of the time when you first put your comment out. So if it's slow enough, yeah, Monty, if it's slow enough, I can answer your questions. Good morning, Susan. I'm glad you guys are here. It's good to see y'all. It's nice to be getting like all this pressure off my shoulders for a while. I'll miss you guys for sure, but this is nice. I watched a video from yesterday. I don't know when. 11's channel about DOA. It's like really surprised me. I'm sure everyone's going to be talking about it, but for me, I don't watch them, as you know, under normal circumstances. I wanted to be prepared for the walk this morning. Good morning, Kimberly. So I wanted to see what's new. There's a lot being said about me, so just want to hear what it is. Someone told me that there's a comment out there that I threw someone under the bus, which is hilarious. So someone, actually one of the victims, happened to be watching DOA's live and caught the comments that were made, the negative comments that were made about how long I supposedly waited to talk about what happened. So, not being the one that came out and had to deal with the people that were saying it's not something we should talk about in public, it's easy to criticize, but the fact of the matter is I waited days, a matter of days after I found out there were other people, and that was out of respect for victims. So I am just here. Hi, guys. Thanks. I really appreciate the support. And the fact is, my friend wanted me to tell you guys this. I wasn't even watching that stupid DOA stream. Someone took pictures and sent them to me. And I was like, what the hell? Someone's criticizing me for how long it took me. Are you kidding? Oh my God. I waited literally 2 days out of consideration for some people that were not ready. Frankly, as you could see by my video, by my live, I was not ready. So yeah, I love it. Love it. It's easy to criticize when it's not, when you're the one just sitting back watching things happen. So yeah, I got a little hot right before I came out, so I apologize. It's actually a really nice day. I'm walking in circles because I'm not thinking about what I'm doing because I'm hot. I'm mad. But anyway, that's not your fault. I'm sorry. There's just a lot in the way that this is being, the narrative that's surrounding the situation has nothing to do with reality. I so hope you guys are more careful with your money going forward. With your money and with who you watch and what story it is they're selling you. Listen carefully. I'm leaving a gift. No, it does not matter how long it takes. And I love how everyone's like, oh, thank you to Liz and to Pearl and to Nancy Drew for coming forward. I'm like, what? But there's just another reason why I'm out. But I will be, just so you know, if stuff comes out about me, I will defend myself. The days of me taking the high road are over because it doesn't pay. It does not pay. When someone's sending correspondence after correspondence to all the big streamers about you behind your back, and suddenly people are canceling interviews, et cetera, et cetera. It does not pay to be quiet about other people's misdeeds. It does not. Transparency, although there are a lot of people use that word, but very few on YouTube actually practice transparency, which means telling all sides of the story, being fully informed before you come out and yap, slap your gums around, actually looking at evidence. So, mods, thank you again for being here for the last day. As far as like trolls, I love it. You guys, someone said I should have been flattered. When things happened to me, I didn't come forward. I'm proud of y'all for coming forward and keeping this from happening to others. Thank you. The high road is overrated, Nicole. You are so right. From the beginning, stuff was going on, and behind my back. And I told all my friends, no, they would be like, you have to say something. No, I would say. And then they'd say, well, then let me say something. No, I would say, don't engage, never swing down. And boy, was I misguided about that. So that's what I'm here for, to answer your questions. Yeah, they said I should be flattered. If only you knew what my friends are saying about him when they describe him. Okay, I'm ashamed. How low of a human can you be to degrade someone that would... Yes, right? It makes me sick too. The whole thing makes me ill. There are answers. This is what I know. I'm trying, Debbie, I try really hard not to be angry. It's not like I even have to try really hard anymore. I'm just not. Like when I would go out and audit, one of the friends of the 3 Chicago protesters who have been doing all kinds of weird stuff behind my back sent me an email saying, Shannon, they were going to blacklist Nancy Drew, but then she got arrested. They figured that was too much clout, so now they're coming after you, right? And so she tells me this, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I used to tell people, don't send me anything from anybody else's stream. I don't care. I don't need to know the nastiness. I don't want to know the nastiness. Now, I'm like, oh man, bring it. If you think you're going to get away with it without being held accountable, you've got another thing coming, and that goes forward. So that, I'll be here to defend myself. I'm leaving you guys some videos that will help you figure out the answers to your questions. It's a playlist called Goodbye for Old Times' Sake or something like that. You can't miss it. It's the very first thing you're going to see on my channel. And it's going to help you a lot in figuring out exactly what's going on here. Yes, my neighbor protesters. Also, didn't you say there was one unsolicited inappropriate image sent and you shut it down and that was it? Here's what happened with me. And I explained this in my video. I'm not going to keep talking about the details. There was a detective that came 2 days ago, and I'm just not going to keep talking about it. You can watch the video and hear what I said. I stand by everything I said. What happened, with me, it was a gross video, like out of the blue, completely out of the blue, in a perfectly otherwise reasonable interaction involving interviews in which I was trying to enlighten people about what a fucked up mess Scientology makes of people's brains. Thank you, Road to Freedom. Thank you. I appreciate that. And it was a picture, and I gave a lecture about, this is not cool. People respect you. You're going to lose everything that you got tortured for, that kind of thing. I feel disrespected. I was 100% clear. Then, shortly, and the answer was, quote unquote, Roger that. Then I get something that says, some kind of communication. I think it was an email, but I'd have to sit down and look. And after this, I'm not talking about these specifics anymore. Thank you, Hans Christian. I appreciate it. It's just like, man, I thought all this shit was over with in the 80s. I'm not kidding. Like, I grew up, you know how many emails I've gotten from women who were like, when I grew up, I mean, I had a boss once when I was, okay, let me finish my first thought. The first thought is this. Come on, Monty. It's raining, so Monty doesn't want to walk. So then I got a request to receive sexy something, tutti flowing sexual content. And I said, send it to your girlfriend. Then the series was over, and that was the last communication ever. Other people had different experiences, completely different, and it did not depend on what everybody said no. Everyone said no, and no is not respected by serial essayers, whatever the word. Come on, let's go. Now, let's go. Monty's like, I don't want to walk. Actually, it's like barely even a sprinkle. What a press. So my mouth is so dry. I've gotten so many messages from women who have been violated that said, I grew up in a time when you had to laugh at men's jokes when they said boobathon and dickgate and things that are offensive to women, or whatever. They talk about your body or touch you inappropriately. You're supposed to laugh and walk away. And that's the era I grew up in too. But in the 80s, you know, when I was in my whatever I was in, I thought, like when I first started having kids, I thought, and I got my law degree, I was like, thank God it's over. Like, nobody can treat you like that anymore. The first job I ever had was at a place called Ibco Optical in Springfield, Illinois. It was an optical store. And there was two brothers that owned it. And they put a condom on my time card for my first day at work that had liquid soap in it. And they stapled it to my time card as a joke. Right, Barry? And then, as a waitress, I had another twins that owned this bar in Madison, Wisconsin. And they were like, it's after work, I'm cleaning up and doing my job. And this guy says, one of the brothers is like, so, you want to do some coke and fool around? I'm like, no. As I said, when I got that picture, I laughed. My friend and I laughed at him because he's foolish and immature, and that's all I thought it was. The reason I was so upset on that live was because I had just found out that my friend was sexually assaulted. And this happened months before what happened to me happened. I had just found this out, and that's why I was so upset. I'm sorry, my mouth is so dry. Hold on. Let me get it together too. Okay, because I want this to be my last live. All right. So times have changed, I thought, and they have for most people. I think a predator is a predator. This is what I've been learning. So I have therapists that I see every week. My friend that was SA'd, you will be happy to know, also has a therapist that she sees very regularly. And so do most of my friends, frankly. And One of the things I have worked very hard on is boundaries. And people who have their boundaries, either they never have them, good morning, or they have them crushed by a few people. What happens is you have to, as an adult, learn that skill. And just because you're not a master of boundaries does not mean that you're asking to be SA'd. Would you tell your daughter that? Would you tell your mother that? If someone she worked with? This is literally, in this case, a coworker doing this. Someone auditing with you side by side. So it's important. The reason I continue to answer these questions is because anybody that feels any shame because a certain misdirected idiot is talking about how long it takes for someone to come forward, please don't. Don't feel shame. It is not something to be ashamed of. All that matters is that we come forward. That's all. Come forward so the police can do what the police are supposed to do. And in my jurisdiction, they're doing it so far. And I will keep you guys abreast of all of the progress, because God forbid, while this is pending, he should come back. I drove a truck in the 90s. It was a man's world. It really was. The stuff you had to put up with. I bet, Kimberly. I mean, I remember. It was certain men never did stuff like that. And certain men did it and didn't follow up with other things. Certain people are predators, whether male or female, and they have it down to a science. How to poke at you till they find that space between your boundaries, your ruin, one might say. And they keep doing it until they shock you in order to punish you for rejecting them, which is what happened in my case, or shock you by essaying you after an audit. So we have to talk about that. That has to stay on the front burner, because we don't know who's coming in. And it's not about, oh no, I'm hurting your movement by discouraging people. No, you can help your movement and your reputation, by the way, that needs a little help with the ladies, if you know what I mean, by coming out and speaking against this. I rode the bus with a female trucker. She has so many interesting stories. I'm quite sure, Susie. So we are approaching the chicken house for those who are interested. So what I'm here for, guys, is to answer your questions. Are you gelling here? Hi, Nona. Yeah, workplace assault, right? So things were like that. I thought it was over with. Apparently not. I don't like it when people think because you had a bad childhood, you get a pass. No. I mean, I was assaulted as a kid on a regular basis. And, when I confronted that person as an adult, do you know what they said? Hi, are you Jellen? Thanks for being here again. Midwest, thank you. I know how early this is for you. Thank you, mods, for being here. This is not easy this week. And I promise I'm sending you all a surprise in the mail. Good morning, Cat, honey. How are you? I can't remember what I was talking about now. Yeah, can't remember. Anyway, chickens. We always see them. They're kind of hiding from the rain. I can see them, but you guys probably, I'm sure you can't. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Juliana. Aw, Midwest, thank you so much for all the hours you've spent with me. And I will, of course, you and I will stay in touch, because I'm on your show in July. If you want to drop that link in here, please drop a link for any of you mods that want to drop a link for anything you want to promote. Go ahead, like your YouTube channel, anything Scientology related. I'm afraid now to say things like that. So bye, chickens. When I was, yes, my abuser said it was, he said it was because he drank too much. Now, I've been very open with my audience about my membership in a certain 12-step group. I had 16 years this year of sobriety, and a lot of what I learned about boundaries, I learned there, not at home. Yeah. He said, thank you, Ginger. He said that he drank too much. That was the problem. So I'm just saying, I've been in AA, I've been in 12-step groups for 16 years of consistent sobriety, and I've never had an urge to do something like that. Let's just leave it at that. There is no excuse for it. I mean, you can see contributing factors, but those are not excuses. We know this, guys. We watch enough juries on the TV. Hold on, Monty, sit. Thank you. Calm. Monty doesn't like, what do they call those dogs that look like wolves? My brain is like completely addled. Okay, Susan, 1,000 hugs to Monty, and thank you, Shannon. You are so welcome. All right, just ask me what you want to ask me. I will be around to defend myself. Doggy drama. Husky, thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Kenya. Do I think Trashy is? Oh, slow down, y'all. Do you think Trashy is done? I haven't talked to him yet, so I don't know. I will be calling him. It's probably today or tomorrow. So what day is today? Friday? Yay, Friday. He's off today, so I'll call him today. I don't know. I really don't. I don't even know, like he never has paid any attention. Like, he's kind of like me. He never watched much material and never paid attention to any of the drama at all. We just never did. I have massive respect. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Patty, for saying so. Thank you, mods, for dropping the link to my channel. Yes, did they? I'm glad. So don't forget, you guys, Marty Nonabas has a Scientology Chronicles that's amazing. It tells stories of what happened to Scientologists that tried to get the federal government to intervene on their behalf. Question, is YouTube at all over for you? I'm continuing to do research on projects that prove cases against Scientology for illegal behavior with the same researching team I've been working with for 6 months. Those were members since day one. And yeah, I'm going to continue doing that. There's just not going to be anything public about it. Yeah, so I train and walk on. Yeah, I am walking on though, as far as being public. Are victims who needing help paying for therapy? Would they possibly, hold on. Possibly set up a GoFundMe for that so people can help them? No, we're not them kind of people, if you know what I mean. Sorry. I mean, I really do appreciate the sentiment. Trashy seemed to stop when SRA stopped. That's the thing. It was like, nobody wants to go there alone, especially when you're in a den of wolves. It's ridiculous. Morning, Rika. Question. Will you let us know if you need anything? I shall. Thank you so much for asking. I wish neither had stopped. Me too, Patrick. Me too. There's been way too much beating on people for no reason. I respect your decision to leave. It is the movement that loses today when you leave. And of course, I stand behind you and believe what you say. I can only be ashamed of the behavior of other men. I wish you the best of luck in the future with whatever you choose to get involved with. Oh my God, thank you so much, Winston. And I'm still, like I said, I'll still be on Scientology's ass. It's just not going to be public, not in this way. But that's so sweet. That really touches me. Was there other BS? Hold on 1 second. Was there other BS going on behind the scenes the last few months with other local creators? Yes. I asked because I was seeing that many videos, like I said the other day. I asked because I was seeing that many videos. Like I said the other day, I'm cleaning house. Oh, yeah. I believe you. Thank you. Yeah, there were other creators. So that were involved in that. And it's so hard for me because I think it's so obvious, but then I didn't know either. So I get it. I would have no idea. This is why I was so gobsmacked by the whole thing, because I don't involve myself in this kind of shit. That's why I don't watch DOA. I can't stand his chat. The chat is vicious sometimes, and there just isn't enough control. I never let anybody, I know, Winston, Kat, we're all OGs, so like so meaningful, you know? What's a PO box? PO box? Sorry, no, I don't. I don't have merch. I don't have a PO box. Like I said, I was not one of them. But I did work really hard, you know? And I thought that would be good enough. It's not. WP, so have I. I unsubbed, yes. SRA had the capacity to grow into a really great channel. Dude was creating everything on his phone. Nice. Yes, my email will stay in operation. If people think that because I'm gonna walk on, you can say whatever you want and make up all the lies you want. Thank you, Winston, so much. Much appreciated. Your last donation, but thanks, you know, for all of your support over this time. I mean, the words are important. Words are important. Stop asking people how long they knew and what exactly happened. Sexual assault means, yes, that something happened physically where two people's body parts were involved and one did not consent. And it seems sexual, but it's not. It's violent. It's violence, domination, control, and sadism. I've been researching this stuff, and now I know. This is just my opinion. Well, if it's just your opinion, Scientology is doing exactly what they plan to do, causing disarray, confusion, and battles. I don't know. My focus is the same today as it was this time last week, and as it was as far as where my energy goes. So Sunday night, we're going to continue as always with our meetings. These are our strategy meetings that the researchers and I do, but it's going to be on Zoom now. That's the difference. I don't like this. I'm not a member of what they call the community, in the sense that it's basically a big clique. And it's not only DOA who doesn't allow dissent. There's very, very little room for dissent, and in my opinion, and that's not comfortable at all for me. So I just don't fit here. Like someone said, you're not made for this. And then she said, in the best way possible. You know, she said, and that's a good thing. And so what I'm saying about that is I'm totally fine with it. I'm good with it. I'm I'm not made for this. I left high school so long ago, guys, I can hardly remember. And I'm so old, I can hardly remember anything. No. I realize that I'm insulting some people by saying things like that. With my body issues, my body is much older than my years. So I just feel like I'm 120. I came to bid you adieu. Well, adieu, my darling. I love you. Best wishes, my fierce warrior friend, protector of the broken. I'm still, guys, every time my name is mentioned, it's strange. I'll just appear. Yeah, you're right. My channel is my own, and it's been like that since the beginning. But do you want to know, how can I say this? 1982 was a great year. Yeah, it's autoimmune stuff. It makes you so tired, and yes, it takes a lot of the energy just to do whatever everyone else takes for granted, you know? Yeah, and it was my own community, and I did everything I wanted, and people were respectful of it, and I loved the size of my channel. It was perfect. It was perfect. I broke even almost every month. I never had to ask for money or anything like that. Everything, it was perfect. The size of the membership, because they were my research partners, it was all perfect. Yeah. Yeah, your brain says you're 20 and your body goes, I don't think so. No, I'm not going to take it down right away either. A lot of stuff will be private that isn't pertinent. That has to do, yeah. So the stuff that has strictly to do with Scientology that is not member related is going to stay up publicly. I think it's part of the history of the movement. I like to think it's a very tiny part of the history. And some of the videos that are in the goodbye playlist are those type of videos. Some are meant to tell you some things. So pay attention, please, if you're interested, if you want the answers to the questions. So there will be things up that you can look at, guys. Lots of stuff. And then, let's see, what else? So what the membership's shut down. I won't be doing any new content. And I will continue to meet with my research partners doing the project we're working on now, which is Scientology Listen Up. We're coming after you for elderly abuse, including medical neglect and financial crimes. So identity theft, bank fraud by filling out credit card applications with erroneous information on it, information you know to be untrue about assets and income, social security fraud, so financial and medical neglect. We're coming after you for that, and we've already got a running start, so look out. Opening and Dream Exchange, yes, the opening and Dream Exchange, that's right. And Dream Exchange is not gone, by the way. You guys know this. My regulars know. It's being investigated as we speak. Isn't that fabulous? So is Lou, by the way. Hey, turnip greens, that's not necessary, but thank you very much. Goodbye. Thanks for that. That was really nice. Thank you. I'm trying to heart these and like them, but I can't really because my fingers are wet. No, kids cannot. Hi, Cher. I haven't seen you in a while. What's the best advice to give protesters about the second gens? Trust no one. I just told someone, and that's not specific to second gens, as you can tell by what's going on now. No, someone just asked me that in the real world, and I said, watch your back, trust no one but your gut, your own gut, and stay grounded, which is something I was unable to do. Now that we're several months out from March. Has anything happened in terms of complaints? Nothing, not a thing. In fact, when I went to check, oh my God, you guys, just as a walk down memory lane, I've been looking at all that footage again. And they said yeah, turn on critical thinking is exactly right. And don't let anybody tell you what to think, no matter who they are. No matter who they are. Which side of the Scientology or anti-Scientology story, which side of whatever sides there are existing at that time. Like 10 years, in 10 years, some of the same characters are going to be doing the same shit, fighting about the same, only they'll make it up about someone else next time. And I will be, who knows where, but not here, not engaging in that, you know? And hopefully you guys won't either, you know? I mean, I'm not saying leave. This is a good cause. I still believe that it's a good cause, but man, you couldn't pay me enough to stay, like, for real. I said, one of the first things I said was, how do I sign up for the Sea Org? Because I had a bunch of interactions with people I had never spoken to or had spoken to very, very little prior to this incident. And the reception I got was so awful from some people that was sort of like, that was it. And frankly, there was a comment in the stream. This is how much words count. In the stream when we came out public, that just sent me over the edge, and about how I should be grateful, and how I am selling real victims short by claiming victimhood or something. And then the thing about, somebody sent me some screenshots of things that were being said about me by people that are supposed to be in the quote unquote community, and nobody said anything about it except DOA. And the only thing he said about it was, I just don't know what to think. In an environment where no one's supposed to talk shit about streamers. I saw my name twice in 2 weeks. Like, I mind my own business over here, and I have been for almost 6 months. So how does that happen? Ridiculousness. Total ridiculousness. Yeah. Gross is right. So that was the end. Like, that was the deciding factor, was someone in my own community actually sent me a personal text that said, yeah, I really would have liked a heads up. As soon as I got off the live, that's the text I got, the very first text I got. Yeah, I really would have, yeah, you really did wait too long. I really would have appreciated a heads up. I was like, Shannon, out. Have I reached out to Mike Brown and his mom, Rosemary? I'll let you guys know. And our 6 o'clock Sunday, I've been a little occupied. Yeah. Anything else? Really nice out. I mean, I love this weather. It's kind of cool and also kind of, yeah, it's cool, which I'll take cool and rainy any day over hot and sunny. Sorry, sun worshipers. Yeah, we'll talk. So Sunday night at 6 is when we research on Zoom. So when we get together and talk about research. But you guys, I'll leave you with this. It's your choice, You guys control everything. If you think that the small streamers are afraid of the big streamers, you should see how the big streamers tremble at the very thought of upsetting their audiences. Shannon, you have made a difference. Thank you for all you've done. Thank you for saying that, Kimberly, and you are welcome. Shannon, you ignored me completely. Handed me Monty's leash. You bashed us all in front of Joe Cool Chicago. You walked past us saying there were no streamers. Why is that okay? Oh, hi, Corn Freak, otherwise known as Angie. Why don't you smoke a little weed and clear that head of yours? So, yeah. What a weirdo. That was your Corn Freak, guys. Silly question. Will you just be talking to yourself out loud when you walk? No, I will not. I will be talking to Monty. So you should definitely start a GoFundMe for him. Trust no one. That's right. I subbed many channels, but as a viewer, ignored the aggression of trolls, but I'm sure it was hard for y'all. No, it wasn't. I never paid attention to the chat. It was very difficult, especially when you're auditing. It's almost impossible. So I like the train rides because I was able to, yeah, see, I told Joe Cool the truth and nobody liked that. They said that's talking shit. It's like they've been sending people my private text messages for months, but telling a friend, a person that's an actual friend, the truth, they all sit there and smile and then stab you in the back. Telling a friend the truth is, yeah, what is it? I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. Yuck is right. My critical thinking skills remain intact. Good. Just my little bit of thought. When you get up in the morning, every morning, look in the mirror and say, girl, you've got this. Aw, thank you. Aw, I've always enjoyed your chats and especially your wit and passion. Yeah, I do ignore what they say. Yeah, I know. I know, Ginger. Ignore what the other Chicago people are saying. Look at the vibe from the kids who came out to interact with you. They know who's cool, and it was you. Actually, they're friends of mine. I know I love the train rides too because then I could like listen to you guys and talk with you guys and get to know you and that kind of stuff. So that was great. That was my favorite part. After a while, um, humanity matters. You have that hugging you. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Winston, when are you going to let me know who you are? Never. My email's still open. See, these people can, and interact with my email anytime they want, and they still, like, they have to, it's got to be in public. Everything's got to be in public. And I was never like that. So, yeah, this is why. You guys, listen. You have the freedom to make decisions about what you watch, what you don't watch, and who you support. So, did you drop Midwest's link yet, guys? Lily, Shannon, I look forward to what you do next with the research. Me too. Well, it's the elderly for now. I know you were Ginger. I can tell. I know, me too. Me too. Yeah, it is a real option, right? I've filed a police report as soon as I found out there was someone else, there were other people. I found out that there were so many other people all at one time. And I was absolutely floored, overwhelmed, devastated. When I found out it wasn't just one physical essay, it was 3 that I've heard of so far. So you guys need to understand this. It's like too much for anyone. Please use your money for yourself. Stop giving it to these grifters. Aw, Mary. Okay, why don't you get in touch with me by email, and then that way, for sure, you'll know if I decide to do some true crime, and you can come on and help. Yeah, 3. Yep, 3. And I found out about all of them at once. And it wasn't, you guys, I don't know how else to stress this. Even the stuff that wasn't physical was disgusting beyond, like, I'm not a prude at all. And I think Mandy was pretty clear. She's not either. And this stuff was repulsive. So, yeah, it's serious. It's really, really serious. That's a good question. I don't know who audited him in Scientology. That's interesting. Do you know, Mrs. J? Carrie says that Midwest Night Watchers link didn't work. Can you drop it again? Chicago stories, yes. So, Gerald, I will see you in July, which is right around the corner. You guys have a great 4th of July. Midwest Night Watchers, say the name of your channel, please. This is your moment. He talks about paranormal, Bigfoot, stuff like that. Thank you. Yeah, I wish you'd been here the whole time. St. Louis Scientology Squirrel. I know you were here on and off, but it's a nice walk. It really is. Can you guys hear the water in the fountain? Hey, Mont, come here. Come here. So Monty did his business, and he's going in, and he'll be good. I'll put a picture up once in a while of him. So the stuff that I think is the stuff that I think is worthy of reporting on, check, it's probably going to all end up on the community page. But if anybody ever comes after me again, you'll get the truth. I promise. You'll have the truth from me, from my perspective. And then you can make decisions based on your own critical thinking, as people are liking today. Oh, Kat, don't worry. You and I will see each other Sunday. All right, guys. Bye from me and Monty. Have a great life. Thank you to all those people that were there for me in the beginning. It was amazing. Thank you, mods. I love you. I will still be talking with you. This is not goodbye. Guys, please spend your money wisely. In the immediate future, think hard about me saying this. And thank you. I love you guys that were here for the opening and how supportive you guys were and how upset you were about what was happening. And if you look at the goodbye video, you'll get a little walk down memory lane of the man getting arrested and beaten up by the security police or whatever they were, the private security, the off-duty police officers, and about me going through the barricade and getting chased around and saying, let go of him. And just like all of it, like, thank you for being beside me. If I hadn't had you guys with me, there's no way I would have made it through that day, the day before, and the day after. You'll see me again, Road to Freedom. Trust me. Yep. I love you guys. I truly, truly do love you. If that's love bombing, consider yourself bombed. I really, really love and appreciate you guys. If it weren't for you guys, there would be no movement at all. Use your power wisely. Love you. I love you guys. Bye, Turnip Greens. Bye, everybody. Bye, Barry. You were watching my back, so many of you. Born Ancient, Stinky Cat, Debbie, Are You Jellin', Midwest, Bella, Kimberly Sweet, honey, you've been there since day one. Cat, my feisty friend. Barry, thank you. Hans Christian, see you. I remember all you guys. I know all your names. Susie, Joy, I know all you guys. I think about you guys all the time. Patrick, yes. Lady Jane, bye. Bye, Squirrel. I'll talk to you today. Bye, guys. Bye, Carrie.